Hey, it's random pop culture news streak here, aka MannyTendoWolverine, guys. The wrestling church on Outro George's channel for me, Twitter, Instagram. All my links, linked through just in case anything happens. This channel gets shut down, terminated, shadow banned. Anyways, let's get into this article. I know this was a very cataclysmic, ginormous. This shit made the rounds on the freaking internet yesterday. Ginormously huge ass freaking news. It is kind of like movie news too. I haven't done a movie news video probably about 2 years plus. Even before the shutdowns, the lockdowns, the pandemic scam number shit was still going on. Sadly, it's slowly creeping a little bit in North Korea and from what I heard, China. I don't know if that's true or not. But I'm worried about a shitload of other things. If you didn't follow me on Brady on Odyssey and my other stuff, my alternative media, gets crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy theory shit. My Truth All the Media channels, like freedom, sort of like freedom of speech, sort of like freaking channels I'm able to do. I can't do here on YouTube. Besides me talking a lot of crap about, unfortunately, the Queen died. Stuff about you know who, Mr. Putin and Mr. Xi Jinping slowly talking. They're probably having a lot of heavy thought process about W-W-Three. That along with Canada slowly getting taken over by a lot of let's just say small-eyed people. I'm gonna sound like I'm R-word, or bigot or anything like that, but still, it is what it is. There's that, and they're making biodegradable freaking carbon-based, plant-based version of fucking sneakers, and how they found the pits to the purgatory, to the evil man downstairs. If you catch my drift, the one with the horns and the pitchfork, the triton, and all that, So there's that. I talked a lot of crazy stuff about that. I still haven't uploaded the video yet, but if you follow me on BitChute, Brady on Odyssey, or any of those places, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, I got to credit's due to my boy Mewmore too. Big mega shout out to Mewmore for making this one. It's almost 2 weeks old. Well, it's about to be 2 weeks old by the time you guys see this. Mewmore, my god, one of the OG legendary old school Pokemon and Legend of Zelda music remixers. I was following this dude since I was literally my sophomore, junior, way back in, not even high school, college, and community college and university. But let's begin. So it says, Mamma Mia! Mamma Mia! Super Mario Bros. Sounds better than any other language. I heard it was the French version of this. Gotta credits due to other dudes, 3 big giant YouTubers like Vtuber, Young Yeah, and then some ordinary gamers. Moonheart talked about it a little bit, and of course Peng was in. Some people I usually follow. Typical dudes like that, Spawnwave, Dreamcast guy, RGT85, fools like that. And they play wrestlers too. I haven't heard that dude in years. So this comes from Areli Sudario. Sudario? I think it's Areli. I think it's Arieli or Arieli. I'm just gonna call it Sudario. From We Got This Covered. I know this is literally it says 21 hours ago, so almost a day ago. My god. Links to the search box down below, card title on the side. If any of you guys did not see this shit, this is some pretty big ass, like I said. Some people on Twitter were kind of bashing on freaking Chris Pratt. My boy freaking Chris freaking Pratt. And honestly, I would have loved it a million billion plus years. To do a reaction review segment to this. Obviously, this shit's owned by Nintendo. Even granted, Illumination Entertainment, the same people that the stupid ass little fucking annoying thing. Because I remember it was my senior year of university college. And Despicable Me came out in 2012, years ago. And a year later, the other shit from Disney, Wreck-It Ralph, came out. I thought that was a billion times better. At that time, I was still watching my 2 female nieces at that time, still babysitting for them, not done. Thank God. I was a younger man. I was in my 20s. What do you expect? But anyways, so the release, yeah, I would have loved to do a reaction video, but I'm not looking for a guideline strike, community guideline strike, or a permanent ban on this freaking channel and getting shut down, because I know for a fact Nintendo Ninjas would have came after me if I would have did a reaction to this shit. I watched it my own self. My god, it's beautiful. I know there's 1-2 little parts that, yeah, kiddie-ish, childish. They had a Kamek in there from Yoshi's Island. I know it's crazy and controversial going to sound to me personally, and my own personal thoughts, views, and opinions on that. Yoshi's Island was the very first side-scroller SNES game I ever played. That's crazy. I know I played Super Mario 3 and all that stuff, and Super Mario All-Stars, but my all-time top-tier favorite, I know it's going to be a little controversial, it ain't from the Nintendo universe, too. It ain't Samus Aran, it ain't Link, and it's not even Mario. Yoshi, to me, the original green Yoshi, was my favorite Yoshi's Island, N64, Yoshi Story I played a little bit, too. That one, for me, as a mid-late 90s or 2000s kid, that was the greatest side-scroller game in Nintendo I ever played. Me, personally, in my opinion. I know some people are going to be a little controversial on that and step in some people's toes, but I got to talk about that. But let's talk about this first. At least the Super Mario Bros. Trailer might be tipping the point to convince people that perhaps the subs are better than the dubs. As other people preferred to hear Mario speak in other languages rather than in English. Apparently, the various voice actors in international dubs did better than Chris Pratt. Trailers for the other various international dubs, the Super Mario Bros. Were released simultaneously within the English trailer. Once fans got a hold of them, they realized that maybe or maybe not, famous Italian plumber sounded better in other languages than English. The Washington Post, or I call it the Washington Post, all the other 6 dub trailers for the fans had one that received Mario better. These are the results, anything in English. Yeah, so there's that. You guys can read the tweets if you want on your own. They're going to take forever to freaking refresh, but whatever. It says, and with some various versions received more than others, such as the Italian and German dubs, almost everyone instantly fell in love with Mario speaking in French. And I don't know French. Speaking of which, granted, I only knew the Switch stream for a little bit. I know in March, April, she got into some controversy. I'm not gonna get into that, but this chick, Saruei, I don't know. I used to call her Saruei. I know she's from France. He has a very super thick ass French accent, so she'll probably understand exactly what he's saying. So it says on she's really, really cool shit too. You can go follow her if you want. And I remember what she looked like IRL because I didn't follow her on Twitch IRL, but I did see an archive how she looked like. She's super beautiful, Zachman. I was sent my freaking left nut for that bitch. She had an OnlyFans. I'd probably fat popped it up. I'm not gonna lie. But let's continue on. I'm trying to be an evangelical person. That's hard to do, but. It says that next year I'm going to have to start getting more into that. It says the French dub managed Mario to sound exactly how he does in the game. The pitch, speaking, the mannerisms, and the vocal expression. I did look at that too. Got to credit, extra credit due Young Ye. I know he talked about her. Young Ye. Yeah, I know he was way, like not chemically, like romantically in love with her, but he was like fantasized or hypnotized or mesmerized. There it is, the word. Mesmerized. I know he used to use a lot of big fancy words. I used to be like that 15, 16 years ago. I used to use a lot of these very articulate, very, very intellectual hyperbole and very structural mannerisms and very hyper-intellectualism sort of like grammar. That's how I used to be, like when I was his age. I thought he was in his 30s, but he's like 26. But let's move on. I'm not here to talk about him. All of them were on point, sounded better compared to Pratt's performances. This quote, Crimson Mayhem from this person. I'm not sure if they're a real person or not. So this is, they're a bot algorithm or they're a real person. Hopefully they are. I don't want Chris Pratt isn't trying, but it does seem a lot like the voice actors from the French and Brazilian localizations of Super Mario Bros. Are putting in way more effort to sound a lot like Mario compared to Chris Pratt's performance. Like, yeah, he had like a East Coast, like Manhattan, like New York, New Jersey / Delaware, and I guess a little bit of a Rhode Island, Staten Island, Boston sort of accent, like a New Jersey sort of accent. Like that was like old school stereotypical Italian plumber shit. Like, thank God this ain't like the one I was like a baby or barely a kid at the time when the Mario one came out, the one with John Leguizamo, the recipe the old Bob Hoskins dude before he passed away. And my God, I remember doing a real video now when I was like 24. My critical guys hearing me. And this other one says, holy freaking shit, French dub is good, from Yakumoka. And it also goes on to say, so does this mean we're all going to France during the film premiere? The film's premiere? According to Katsuska, film will be released a week earlier in France. I'm surprised it's not revealed a week earlier in Japan. That's weird. Super Mario Bros. Movie will be released in March 2029, or 2023. And then I guess we're getting in April. I thought we were getting that in, what the fuck is it called? In December. I guess they pushed it all the way to April for the United States. In that country because the film was only originally from Paris. I don't know. This from IGN said it'll be released in France March 29, 2023, once a week before the US, and once more before the film that was animated in France. And this is the one from Katsuka. I've never heard of this person, Katsuka. They got a blue check mark though. Not trying to get in that bullshit politic crap, but here we go. Here we go! I guess that's what they meant. The Super Mario Bros. Animated movie trailer online. So it also goes on to say there was some backlash for that Chris Pratt, Mr. Chris Pratt himself, was announced to voice the iconic Red Plumber. Fans were wishing that Charles Martinet, I think it's Martinet, Mario's original voice actor, would star in the film. Chris Pratt was teasing that his quote Mario voice would be blowing people away, but the fans seem to think that excuse me, the actor didn't put much effort into making himself sound exactly like the iconic video game character. Yeah, he didn't, in a way. As much as overall thoughts and opinions, I'm not trying to dog or throw shade at the dude Chris Pratt. He's done a shitload of good movies. I used to even follow him back in the day, in late 2000s when he was with that chick from the old school SNL Saturday Night Live character girl, like Amy Poehler, for Parks and Recreation. Even that old like rom-com movie, I was still dating one of my super old school ex-girlfriends back then when I was watching that movie. Anne Hathaway and the other chick, I forgot the name, Heather something Mills. I don't know. I remember at that time, holy shit, like I remember he was in that movie Bridezilla or Bridesmaids, I don't know. And then when he started doing the Lego shit and then the Guardians of the Galaxy, that's when I became super huge, almost fanboy Chris Pratt. That dude, he knows his shit really well. Very versatile. I'm not trying to get like religion and politics mixed into this, but I heard he's an evangelical Christian dude, which, hey, that's mega plus in my book, personally. Because I do follow Yeshua. I try to follow Yeshua, Jesus, God, Christ Almighty as best I can. Now, granted, I did a few fapping EX jokes, but it is what it is. I like to do that once in a while. I'm only a human being, man. I can't be perfection human, superior being. But anyways, last but not least, I don't know, like his performances in live action, as far as that goes, he did good in that. He did good to the voice acting in the Lego 1 and 2 movie. And he also did really, really, absolutely freaking well in the Jurassic World movies, all three of them. I watched that thing almost 100 freaking times, so part 2 and part 3 were the best. Especially have like a lot of nostalgia OG characters. I used to love watching back in the day, like freaking Sam Neill, the one that was the original lady, the guy in the freaking old school Jurassic Park movie, Jeff Goldblum. I was a super old school fan of that fool, so obviously brought nostalgia vibes for me, man. I mean, the younger black Morena chick, she was cool too. I don't know what her name was, but she was kick-ass. She was cool. Very, very pretty bitch too. Anyways, same with the other chick too. The Bryce Dallas Howard chick, she was cool too. But yeah, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, he was on that one. I even liked him in that other movie he did with Jennifer Lawrence. Very, very underrated movie. But I remember Chris Pratt was in that one too. Like, so, live action wise, Chris Pratt's absolutely phenomenal, badass freaking actor. He's got the charisma. He channels that energy when he's playing a freaking character. He's absolutely top tier, badass. I mean, not part of the LGBTQIA community, but if I would have been gay, I probably would have had an old school man crush on the fool. And thank God I don't. Because I like women, I like vagina, I like clitoris. I'm just saying, I love women, obviously. Anyways, yeah. As far as him doing the other thing, I heard next year, but the year after next, 2024, he's going to be doing the voice of Garfield, too. I remember hearing about that. I remember I did a video earlier this year about that, too. Anyways, that's all I got to say for now. I'm out of here. I don't know why the fools are roasting pretty hard, but they are. Anyways, I'll leave the link to Memore's music and the rest of the description box down below, and that's it. You guys have 1990s, early 2000s, mid-2000s music vibe for him. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say for now. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Link to the description box down below. Ladies and gentlemen, bros and boys and fingers. Talk to you, Modi. I'll see you and I see you guys today. Good night, wherever you're out there. Stay tuned with conscious with big missions and manga news for 2 drama news 4 times out of the month. Reaction review segments, internet news, y'all must use, and random internet culture news. And that's it. Take it easy. Peace out. I'm Starcrow. Ladies, goodbye. See you flip side. Goodbye. Don't take that, boys.